All right, it's about to get weird.
Oh, that's nice. This garage has one big door and one little man door. The climate control is me sweating my butt off. And that just means air can flow from here to there. And working up here just feels like it's working in a sticky oven. I've got this 14-inch Vevor exhaust fan to help. And I've got this slightly bent up piece of girth, about 16 feet long. That's what the structure or horizontals are in this garage. Let's get this thing up. And that fan is gonna go way up there at the peak of the garage, so that way it's pulling hot air out of the ceiling and getting fresh air in across the big door.
Okay, I think I've figured it out. I'm gonna use that horizontal there to use as the bottom of the fan. So let's start using this length here, pick out a good spot, and just make a box around that fan. So here's the vision. I've got 4 pieces cut, 1, 2, 3, and there's 4 up there. That way I've got something to bolt the fan to and then bolt it vertically onto the horizontal girts that are already, way up there.
So with everything clamped together on the welding bench, I've even got one holding this side flat. I'll move it to the back after I get this end tacked up. Let's get this welded together. So with the centers of all these holes marked, I'm gonna do nutserts, so that way I can mount this thing in here with 1/4 bolts and lock washers. All right, let's talk for just half a second. I have a minor problem, and I foresaw this, I just didn't want to think about it at the time. But putting this against the wall, if I mount it to the horizontal girt, it's a little too flimsy at the top. So that means I need to have a complete piece that runs between the supports. And what that means is I either put it between the 2 that are above this light here, that light to the one above it, or I have to go all the way to the top of the roof, which isn't near as convenient to try and mount to. At this moment, I'm thinking I'm going to drop it down 1 level and mount this thing between the girts.
All right, it's about to get weird. I've got some crusty 1-inch square tube, and I've got some oddball angle iron that came with a pallet. So what I'm gonna do is put that on the bottom and at the top, so that way I can drill through it and bolt it together, and the 1x1 square tubing is going to touch this surface and this surface, and it'll be a frame that's technically supported between that one and keeps it against the wall.
I understand that may be hard to visualize. Let's just go build it. I'm kind of kicking myself for not building it out of 1x1 and 1x2 square tube from the get-go. It probably would have turned out better. Let's keep going. And now from here, I'm just going to put a couple little spot welds to hold this together. Seems like the best bad idea I've got right now.
Now that actually looks a lot better than what I was expecting it to. So now I got to figure out how I want to mount that vertically, probably a handful of self-tappers, self-driller self-tappers, and cut the hole to the outside, of course, centering it up first. So I had just slapped that thing in there just to see how it fit vertically, and you can see those 2 little marks. That's center of the fan support and center of the wall, and I was within about a 1/2 inch, so not bad for eyeballing it into place. And now I gotta play for keeps. I gotta put the thing in the wall, and I gotta cut the hole in the wall.
And after pondering on this for an unreasonably long time, my solution to make the hole in the wall is put a big old hole with a step drill and come in with a sawzall and just open it up. I'm going to have to run to the store and get some caulk anyways. No one ever pronounces that L as hard as when you're trying to get some caulk, right? So let's pop a few holes in this and get to sawzalling.
There's no chickens. Where'd they all go? Oh, there they are. So one thing I'm genuinely surprised at is how much air is moving through that door and this hole. I mean, it's a pleasant breeze. This exhaust fan is going to make a so huge difference in here.
It is time. Let's put the fan in and get it mounted, and we'll come back in a few minutes and do the electrical. There, bumped into place. It's kind of got a nice little press fit. I got my 1, 2, 3 block with all the screws in it, so that way I can bolt this thing up effectively. The last thing to do is wire this up. It's got a 110 plug and a thermostat, and this thermostat is going to go down closer to the floor. And the 110 plug, I just got to put a new 110 plug up here. The 110 plugs I have to my right here, those are switched. Those come on with the lights, with the fan. So I don't need I want my fan to be able to come on independent of the lights. So that's my thought process there. Otherwise, I mean, we could just plug this thing in and prove it works, right? I think we'll do that in a minute. All right, let's do the thing. Oh, that's nice. So I'm standing up there on the ladder with it plugged in. My son says, that's moving a lot of air. And I come down to the floor, and that is moving some pleasant air. There's now flow. And I can stop sweating for a minute, maybe. Who knows? Okay, here's from the outside. It's up there chooching along. It's doing fairly pleasant. I got a fair bit of caulking and trim work to do. The important part is done. It's in. Now, for some unknown reason, the breaker that I have that's extra is the little, double tandem 20. I don't know what the right term is, but the one where you get two on a breaker. I got plenty of room in that fuse block. I don't need this, but I'm going to put it in because it's what I got. Everything's hooked up. Let's put the box back together. And now I've labeled it fan. Imagine that. A breaker box that's correctly labeled. Who would have thought? The new plug is added, the fan is running, the breaker is live. Let's make the thermostat work now. It comes with this like 3.5mm headphone jack kind of thing. We're just gonna plug that in and grab the thermostat. So this is something I'm gonna have to fiddle with and play with. The thermostat has a nice probe and it's supposed to be able to determine temperature, humidity, set highs and lows and all that stuff. Currently it says it's 83% humidity. I'm gonna believe it, but I can put this guy, I'm stuck, against the wall and be able to see current temperature and be able to articulate the fan. So this is pretty cool. I'm gonna get this mounted to the wall. So in playing with this just a little bit, the thing that I'm gonna use most is just turning it on and off and being able to rotate through the fan speed settings, because it is a variable speed, probably pulse width modulated, I don't know. But let's face it, if I'm out here, I want air movement, so it's probably gonna be a 10. That thing's really moving some air. All right, I'm back. I had to go in and get something to eat, getting hangry, you know what I mean? So, I was reading the instructions, and turns out you can set it. It's not that complicated, I just wasn't reading it right. This fan is hopefully gonna make a huge difference in the garage. If you're interested, there's a link in the description. Thanks for watching. Check this video out over here. Oh, getting that fan up was exhausting! Get it? Because it's an exhaust fan, right?